Welcome to Verge News, where we dive deep into the latest developments in immigration policies and their real-world impacts. Today, we're discussing a federal initiative called Catch and Revoke, which uses advanced AI to monitor international students' social media activity. It's already resulted in the revocation of over 300 student visas, including cases at the University of Colorado. Joining me to break this down is Michael.
Thanks, Madison. This policy is making waves, both for its national security implications and its potential impact on privacy and academic freedom. The University of Colorado is one of the institutions now in the spotlight, with 4 international students there reportedly losing their visas under this program. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is Catch and Revoke?
Great question. Catch and Revoke is a program introduced in March 2025 using artificial intelligence to monitor social media posts by international students in the U.S. The goal is to flag content that might signal support for organizations classified as terrorist groups, such as Hamas. If flagged, visa holders can face immediate consequences, including visa revocation and detention by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE.
Right, and as of April 1st, more than 300 visas have been revoked nationwide. What we're seeing at the University of Colorado is a direct example of how this policy is playing out. According to reports, at least 4 international students there had their visas canceled after posts perceived as supportive of sensitive political organizations were flagged. This highlights a major tension. How do policies like these balance national security concerns with individual rights like free speech and privacy?
Exactly, and critics argue this program tips the scale too far in one direction. They're raising questions about academic freedom, especially since universities are traditionally spaces for open dialogue. What's more, the use of AI here opens another debate. Despite its efficiency in analyzing large volumes of data, algorithms often struggle with context. A sarcastic remark or a post taken out of context could trigger severe, life-altering consequences for students.
That's a serious concern. Supporters of the program see it as a necessary tool for safeguarding national security, particularly in the wake of global events like the October 2023 Hamas attacks on Israel. But opponents warn about the chilling effect it might have, not just on free speech, but on students' willingness to engage in meaningful discussions on politically sensitive topics. Even the University of Colorado's lack of an official statement on these recent visa cancellations only adds to the uncertainty.
True, and that uncertainty impacts more than just the individual students. Universities like Colorado risk losing their appeal to international students, who might opt for countries with less restrictive policies. It's worth noting that one of the key components of Catch and Revoke is its roots in a broader immigration strategy. President Trump, for instance, signed an executive order earlier this year emphasizing the monitoring and deportation of international students accused of extremism or anti-Semitism.
And that executive order underscores a shift in focus, targeting activism, especially pro-Palestinian movements, within academic spaces. Civil rights groups and legal experts are challenging the constitutionality of this approach, arguing it infringes on First and Fifth Amendment rights. The rise of legal cases, including high-profile ones like Mahmoud Khalil and Mesa Ozturk, shows the significant human toll of these policies.
Let's touch on one of those cases. Mahmoud Khalil, a Palestinian graduate student at Columbia University, lost his permanent residency after participating in pro-Palestinian protests. He's now embroiled in a legal battle against deportation. These stories put real faces to the numbers and highlight the emotional and financial stresses that follow for affected students.
And don't forget Rumeysa Öztürk, a Turkish doctoral student accused of supporting Hamas for co-authoring an opinion piece critical of U.S. policies. She faces ICE detention, and like Khalil, her case raises serious questions about whether these policies are suppressing lawful political expression rather than addressing genuine security threats.
What stands out most is how these measures are reshaping the relationship between higher education and immigration policy. Universities are being forced into a difficult balancing act: how to uphold academic freedoms while complying with federal policies. Meanwhile, international students must navigate a landscape where expressing certain viewpoints might jeopardize their futures.
And as the use of AI in immigration enforcement expands, transparency and oversight become even more critical. Supporters may argue about the need for security, but without safeguards, these measures risk eroding public trust and the very values they claim to protect. Universities, policymakers, and civil rights groups all have a role in ensuring future reforms strike a fair balance.
Absolutely. The debate around catch and revoke is far from over and will likely shape immigration policy for years to come. For the latest updates on this and other immigration stories, be sure to visit us at visaverge.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.